As an athlete, you need confidence. If you don't have confidence, then it's very difficult for you to reach your full potential, which is why in this video, you're going to learn the top 6 confidence killers that you will face as an athlete. Hey there, I'm Eli Straw, mental performance coach and founder of SuccessStartsWithin.com. One of the main reasons athletes come and work with me is because of a lack of confidence. But one of the interesting things to think about is, do I truly lack confidence? Or are there certain things that are getting in the way of me being confident? And that's why we have to take a look at these confidence killers. Confidence killer number 1 is self-doubt. When you doubt yourself, you question your abilities, that is going to drastically reduce your self-confidence. Number 2 is fear. Fear happens because you're worried about what's going to happen. But you're not just worried about that, you fear it. You fear that negative emotion of failing. You fear making a mistake. This fear usually comes from worrying about whether or not you're going to get benched. Maybe you're worried about how that failure, how that mistake is going to play into your overall goals in your sport. So fear is another thing that makes you question yourself and lower your self-confidence. Confidence killer number 3 is unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic expectations are a tough one because I never want to tell an athlete that you need to be quote unquote realistic. But when I'm discussing expectations really have to do with the outcome. So unrealistic expectations would be a basketball player who's normally only averaging about 7 points a game to all of a sudden say, I have to average 30 points a game. It's possible, but that is a very tough expectation that then is going to lead to them questioning themselves if they don't actually reach that expectation, which is then going to kill their confidence. If you have these high expectations, then it's a good idea to ask yourself the question, what do I have to do to get to that expectation? And if you focus on that, the process of actually getting to that expectation, that's going to increase your chances to where you're much more likely to actually reach that expectation down the road. Confidence killer number 4 is negative self-talk. If you're going into a game or you're going into practice, might be during practice, during a game, or afterwards, and you're just beating yourself up. You're thinking, I suck. I can't believe I made such a stupid mistake. Here we go again. What's coach thinking? I'm never going to succeed. I'm so awful. I can't believe I'm training so hard and I'm playing so crappy in games. When you think like that, what do you think is going to happen to your confidence? It's going to go down. Our thoughts are directly related to how we feel. So if you're thinking negatively, you're going to feel negatively. If you're doubting yourself in your thoughts, if you're beating yourself up in your thoughts, you're going to feel less confident. Inversely, if you're speaking more positively and encouragingly to yourself, you're going to increase your confidence. Confidence killer number 5 is perfectionism. You're trying to be too perfect. During a game, you're worried about all these tiny little mistakes because if you make one mistake, it means you weren't perfect. Where perfectionism really hurts you as an athlete in terms of your confidence is after a game or after practice. For you to be confident, you have to have this memory of success built over a long period of time. You have to be able to look back and say, this is what I did well, so that boosts your confidence. It's reinforcing that you have the skills and the capabilities to succeed. When you're a perfectionist, this cycle looks like this. After a practice or after a game, you immediately say, well, I made this mistake. I did this wrong. This is why I wasn't good enough. This is why I wasn't perfect. In that scenario, are you giving yourself the opportunity to focus on the things you did well? It doesn't mean you did or you didn't have things that you did well. It's simply that you're not focusing on what you did well. No matter how bad your game was, you always have the opportunity to focus on some small aspect of your game that you did well first before you begin looking at things that need to be improved. But when you're a perfectionist, you just completely brush over the things that you did well and immediately go to not even necessarily what you can improve upon, but what you did wrong. What you did wrong that made you not perfect that day. So when you have this perfectionist tendency, that's going to then lower your self-confidence. And then confidence killer number 6 is social approval. When you're too worried about what your coaches think, what your teammates think, what your parents think, what the fans think, then it's going to be easy for you to question yourself, doubt yourself. Your focus is on everybody else. Therefore, if you make a mistake in a game, or even if you do something well and you don't get the reaction from your coach, let's say, that you want, it's very easy to then begin questioning yourself and wondering, well, did I really do that well? Or man, is coach upset with me? Am I going to get benched? And all of these questions start to happen. Then you see the negative self-talk take form. Then that's going to lower your confidence. As an athlete, you need to be looking out for these confidence killers. And if you find one, or if you find a few of them, then you need to begin getting to work on improving them. Now, in the description below, what I've done is put links to some different videos and to some different articles that I've written that are going to show you how you can overcome social approval, manage fear, manage high expectations, improve your self-talk. And by focusing on improving those areas, that's going to then work to remove these confidence killers and help improve your self-confidence as an athlete. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the best of success in all that you do.